celebrate the release of Killer is Dead, which isn't actually out yet, we are going to delve into one of Suda51's more obscure than usual Japan-only titles, which isn't Flower, Sun and Rain.
The year is 2006, and grasshopper manufacture has become known outside of Japan for being fucking weird because of Killer 7. However, the following title stayed in Japan because I don't fucking know. Blood Plus Night Case!
It's an adaptation of the anime Blood Plus! But because Suda managed to get their previous license, Samurai Champloo Sidetrack, which wasn't a very good game, released in English-speaking territories, it was like, hey yo, we gotta do more anime stuff, that's a punk rock, des. Unfortunately, everyone Nope.avi'd his localization attempts. Citation needed. STORY!
Since neither of us knows what the hell happens in Blood Plus, we'll just show you this Wikipedia page. But if you're too lazy, here's our little too long did not read. You play a girl named Saya who is constantly stalked by other people who sometimes turn into bad stuff. She is asked a lot to find rings, phones, MP3 players or nondescript pieces of paper. One day, a lot of shit happens and she needs to destroy demons and weird turtles.
The other character, Aoyama, is a Bancho Kansai Ben police officer. Don't actually know what any of that means, but the guys in that PSP game, yeah, that one, have similar hair to him, and this guy has a similar accent to him, so I'm just gonna assume I'm 100% correct. Also, he's a creation of Grasshopper Manufacture, so he has the distinction of being absolutely non-fucking canon. Characters! The aforementioned Saya is a schoolgirl without any thigh-high socks, which is actually a crime in Japan. Citation needed. She has a sword and usually fucks shit up with it, all boss-like and stuff. She's assisted by this visual K reject named Haji, who has a thing for violins and also acts as your save point. He also helps you in battle by giving you your sword and doing this.
Aoyama wears a blue suit. Okay? He also has a gun, which is nowhere near as fun as Saya's sword, and also appears to have a fetish for policewomen. Either that, or that could just be his girlfriend, or some fucking prostitute on the phone. Also, his save point appears to be a mentally disabled man-child.
Gameplay! Usually, you'll find yourself in the typical adventure style running around where the fuck do I go type of game. Unless you know Japanese, which probably means you have already put us on your Gaijin Desu Satsuki super hit list. After talking to everyone everywhere several times, you check the map with the L2 button and see that there's the crosshair from GoldenEye on the N64, and two very important looking exclamation marks. Naturally, you would think to head for the points on the map where the marks are, or like, oh my god, gotta do this! But no. These are just side quests. Turns out you just have to talk to people or collect notes or some shit. After the first boss, you are free to roam the streets of X City. Yep, that's its name. That's its name. Yep.
And by free, of course, we don't mean free at all. We mean you can't do anything except for strange, undoable side quests and change clothes. On the topic of changing clothes, Saya can change her top, skirt, and socks, while Aoyama is only able to change his suit. Which is probably a good thing, because Aoyama in a skirt would be fucking weird. Unless you're into that shit, you fucking dirty pervert. Anyway, during your roaming of X City, you'll notice the overabundance of load times, which are cleverly and originally represented as the moon, because that hasn't been done before.
Killer 7! Silver case! Flowers, sun and rain. But moving along, you'll eventually encounter an enemy or something, and this is where the fun starts! One Night Kiss is an extremely odd combat system, where you have to hit the enemy a certain amount of times to fill up your blood, at which point Saya goes apeshit, and seizures one of the enemy's limbs to death. After doing this several times, you now have to go to execute the enemy, in the most anger-what way possible.
By pressing the triangle button on an enemy who can't be asked with life anymore, you enter execution scenes, which are a sort of quick time event where you are greeted with various button icons or a control stick icon and unreadable kawaii desu prompt. You have 10 seconds, yeah, only 10, to figure out what the fuck is going on, and in which you mostly won't be able to do anything until you failed at least once, because you suck.
Some good examples of this are two control stick icons, which you assume you have to rotate, but you actually have to hold each control stick in a different direction, which means you have to figure it out by rotating them and stopping at the angle when the images feel a sensation of feelsgoodman.jpg and vibrate. The other example being an image of the triangle button which you press, only to find out that it decreases the gauge after increasing it a bit. So what do? Is there some kind of rhythm you have to press the button in? No, you just smash the fuck out of it. What did you expect? But fail to do this within those 10 seconds and you're kicked out of the execution scene, which is pointless because you can almost always enter it again immediately after. This is annoying because you are forced to watch a cutscene of Saya filling her sword with period blood every time you enter it. This is a problem which Aoyama does not have because his execution is basically popping a cap in that motherfucker's demon ass. Additionally, on one level, you have to resort to asking houses for advice.
Suda, yeah, obviously wanted to have more Killer 7, so he decided to have the same graphic style for this game. Why? He fucking knows. Anyway, you get the same strange but awesome shading and pixels as the interface. Come to think of it, this is an awful lot like a very early prototype of No More Heroes. Obviously this game is what No More Heroes would have been if it was crap.
Sound. Listen to that. Just listen to it. Just listen. Such Masafumi Takeda. Takeda's style is here, but creativity is noticeably lacking. Possibly because his brain fucking died after composing so much abstract shit for Killer 7 that he really couldn't be asked to make music for an anime game no one would ever play. Kind of explains his disappearance from Grasshopper manufacturer of No More Heroes. Don't have a personal rip for soundtrack here! Overall.
The pros!
Holy shit, them graphics!
Boss is apparently fun. Half of the music is decent, but only half. How do you know it's not 49%? Because we fucking said it's 50. Get over it. And then it's also got Suda's fucking trademark representation of every Suda game.
Cons! Too many load times. Rest of the music is meh. Combat can get repetitive if you're not fighting a boss, which is most of the time. You won't know where the fuck to go or what to do unless you speak Japanese. And someone has a laugh worse than Tidus from Final Fantasy X. If you're a diehard Suda fan, it might be worth playing. Otherwise, avoid that shit. Also, we're never doing a review ever again.
Bye!